afternoon. How are you? It is Lori Hoy here, coming to you live from my kitchen. I'm actually in front of my pantry because I wanted to share with you today what I'm putting out to my group that's starting the fundamental approach. It's prep week, and a lot of times when people start or actually reach out to me and want to talk to me about nutrition, they ask me, where do I start? I just don't know where to start. And one of the first things I'm going to tell you today is just start. And two, I'm going to give you a little tip of something that you can do easily at your house. Sorry, I got to go let the dog in. Come on. Hurry. And yes, I have rained on hair, and I just had to dry off my glasses because I had to take the one dog out. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you long because these tips are really super simple. And anybody can do this. You can get your kids involved on this tip, and it will definitely start to change your health, okay? So today in the prep week group that I have for the fundamental approach is a pantry purge. And one of the things that I have them look for in everything that they have in their pantry and in their refrigerator and their spice rack. Now, this is something that I've shared in my free clean eating groups. I share this every month in our Fit Camp, and I also am sharing it with the people that are in, like I said, in the fundamental approach, is to open up your pantry doors if you have a pantry or wherever you keep your food that's not in the refrigerator, and start reading labels. Now, a lot of people have said to me, I just don't know what to look for in the label. So I'm going to pull out a couple things out of my pantry that are probably going to surprise you, maybe. And I will tell you that the majority of things in my pantry don't have added sugar because I've been doing this now for 3 years. 3 years, okay? So I'm giving you just a little piece of what I share with the people that I coach, okay? And this is something that anybody can do. You can Google this. This is easy. You could probably look up a YouTube video. This might even become one. We'll just see, okay? All right, so when I open up my pantry, do not judge. It is not neat and tidy. It's not like, what's that movie with Julia Roberts and the guy always had the cans turned to all the right places and the hand towels? I don't know. Hey, Amber, joining you. Well, okay, awesome. Okay. So when I open my pantry door, you're going to see some things that you're like, wait, Lori, you don't eat this. You told me you don't eat that. You don't eat that. You're right, but my husband does. And so we have been able to work together on this because I know there's a lot of people out there that say, well, my husband would never do this or my kids would never do this. And here's the deal. If you are taking those steps, you personally are taking those steps to become healthier in your life, wouldn't you want your husband or your significant other or whomever and or your kids, grandkids to do that too? Wouldn't you want them to be the healthiest they can possibly be? So this is kind of like a challenge for you to do this with your family as well. Make it a game with your kids. Like, I don't know, maybe if they find so many things with added sugar, you get to take them to the movies or something. Don't reward with food though. I know, I used to be bad at that. Okay, so, sorry, my dog is having a conniption fit because I lent out our crate to another friend who had a dog. The crate is back and they want to go smell it. Whatever. Okay. So, wheat checks. I do not eat these. This is not a temptation for me. I've never liked wheat checks. I wasn't a huge cereal fan. Well, I wasn't a huge like healthier cereal fan. I wanted like, you know, peanut butter crunch. What was that one? Captain Crunch, the peanut butter one. So anybody can do this, okay? You, like I said, have your kids do this. What you can look for in the label is added sweeteners, okay? Now, how many of you out there watching right now ate Rice Krispies with white table sugar on them? Come on, give me some thumbs up if you were someone that used to eat Rice Krispies with sugar sprinkled on the top. Me? Okay, I did that. That's added sugar, but what you probably didn't know is it already had sugar in it, okay? And I'm not talking about the nutrition label, this part. Okay, I see some coming up. I even have a family member who has certain sugars he puts on certain cereals, like brown sugar on this one and sugar on that one. All right. Okay, anyway, I digress. So yes, we have the nutrition facts, okay? That's important. Rice Krispies treats count. Yes, they count too, Amber. I'm not talking about that portion. I am talking about the recipe. What is it that they throw together to create the edible thing that you are ingesting? I didn't call it food because a lot of the foods that you think are foods are not. They're what my doctor friend, Dr. Mark Hyman, yeah, we're not friends, but I like to be friends of his. We're friends on Facebook. Does that count? And I follow him on Instagram. He calls them frankenfoods because they're made like in a laboratory. Truly in a laboratory. There are food scientists out there that create ingredients that they put in your food to make you want to eat it more. Like let's say bag of Doritos, nacho cheese, right? You could get to the bottom of the bag of nacho cheese Doritos and you're like, gee, I'm so hungry. No. If that was like a bag of sweet potatoes or a bag of steak, you couldn't get through that. You wouldn't be able to finish it. It's too filling. Or a bag of broccoli, right? They mechanically engineer the food so that you will eat more and buy more, and then they get what? They get rich. Okay, so this is a cereal that I think a lot of people think is a very healthy choice, okay? Now, I do not eat grains on a regular basis. Very, very rarely, maybe once or twice a month, I might have some bread. But for the most part, I do not eat grains, okay? So when you look at this box, whole grain is the first ingredient. So yes, there is some theory behind eating whole grains, right? Not stripped down, deodorized, bleached portions of the grains that our grandparents used to use, okay? So anyway, it also says no high fructose corn syrup. Yay, that's great. No artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives. That's awesome too. And this is called marketing. Okay? And so then we can go down here at the bottom and it's going to give you some more information about saturated fat, which I learned today that mother's milk, nursing mothers, 50% of the fat calories of their breast milk is saturated fat. And it's supposed to be really bad for us. So I'm waiting for the FDA to ban that too. Right? It's kind of like just taking a teaspoon of coconut oil that they've also said was bad. So anyway, no, not FDA, the American Heart Association. Okay, so when I go to the ingredient list, that is what I want to look for. I want to look for added sweeteners. Okay, so the first ingredient, it says whole grain wheat. The second ingredient is sugar. Third ingredient, salt. Fourth ingredient, molasses. So there are 2 added sugars on this, and I can guarantee you when people eat this as their cereal, they probably sprinkle sugar on top of it. They add milk, which has lactose, which is another sugar. Okay, another, not a sweetener type sugar, but another sugar that your system has to break down, and then your body gets insulin resistant when you continually eat sugar or eat foods that have added sweeteners to them. Insulin resistance is not a good thing. Our bodies really need insulin, okay? So when your body becomes insulin resistant, you end up over time becoming a type 2 diabetic, okay? Where your body does not respond when insulin comes into it, so your sugar levels stay high, and that's not a good thing, okay? But it all can be, this is the good thing about it though. One good thing. It all can be corrected through proper nutrition. And that's what I teach the people in my fit camp, okay? So even though this looks really healthy and it sounds really healthy, I do not eat it. My husband does, I don't. I don't want him to, but he's a grown man and that's part of this issue, right? Okay, so is this a healthier choice than Cocoa Puffs? Yes, probably, but still, I just don't choose to eat grains. So that's part of what I do, okay? Another one that people get a lot is peanut butter. Okay, so a lot of I was a Jif girl growing up. My mother, choosy mothers choose Jif. How many of you know that? Like forward and backward and upside down and inside out. Excuse me. I was a Jif girl. Bought Jif for my son, bought Jif for myself. I do not buy Jif anymore. Now, when I first started doing this journey, I still ate peanut butter, and I still eat peanut butter on occasion. But peanuts are not nuts. So if your doctor says to you, you need to get more healthy fats in your diet, and nuts are a good thing, peanuts are not one. Peanuts are a legume, okay? And legumes can cause inflammation in people. Not everybody, but you have to figure that out first. Now, inflammation, chronic inflammation causes heart disease, cancer, you name it. It's all over. It's all over. You can Google it too, okay? So one of the culprits of added sugars is peanut butter, okay? So when you go into your pantry tonight, because I know you're going to do it, I want you to grab your peanut butter and I want you to go to the ingredients. Now, this particular brand has peanuts and 1% or less of salt. There's no added sugars. So if my husband wants to eat this whole entire jar, or if I want to have a spoonful every once in a while, then it doesn't have any added sugars. But I will still have an issue with the fact that it's a legume, and my joints will start to bother me over time, okay, if I continue to eat it every day. So that's another one that is, so cereals, peanut butter, and the last one I'm going to share with you today, I have to go to the refrigerator for that. Salad dressings. This is a huge culprit of hidden added sugars, okay? Now, I choose not to buy salad dressings that have hidden sugars, because when I go to the grocery store, I bring my cheaters with me, and if I want to try a new brand, this is what I do. I turn the label around, and if you ever follow me in the grocery store and watch me, you'll see me get disgusted. I'll get disgusted, and I'll, sugar, and I'll put it back, or canola oil, I'll put it back, or soy, and I'll put it back. And you will see me physically get irritated because our food companies know better. They know, because they know that it does things to our bodies and we'll want more. So this is a brand that I buy, and I've shared with you guys. I share it in my Fit Camp every month. I share it with everybody that I talk to. Primal Kitchen. Walmart is now carrying Primal Kitchen, but there are certain ones. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm sorry I'm distracted, but there was a huge woodpecker sitting on our back patio. Nope, he just jumped off. Sorry, squirrel. No, woodpecker. Anyway, Primal Kitchen is the only salad dressing I buy. I do buy Bragg's every once in a while, Amber. I love their ginger one, ginger something. It's really, ginger sesame, that one's really good, but it does have organic honey in it. So anyway, Primal Kitchen, Walmart carries it. I'm sure Whole Foods, Thrive Market is where I usually buy it from. But you still have to read the label, guys. You still have to turn it around and take a look at the ingredients. This one has nothing that is outside of what I do. And if you follow me for any length of time, you know I don't eat added sugars, legumes, grains on a regular basis. I can't think of all of them right now. I try to eat very clean. Try. That's the key word. I try. You have to start, okay? So those are the three things that in your, Target and Wegmans. They are the three things that usually are always loaded with added sugars, and there's usually the things that we eat the most. So cereal, peanut butter, and salad dressing. So your assignment, okay, I'm going to give you an assignment because I used to be a teacher and I'm always going to be a teacher. I want you today, if you are someone that's struggling with your health and you don't know where to start in your pantry. Start looking at the labels of all the food that you buy for added sugars. Now, this is an added sugar: honey, molasses, cane sugar. Even if it's organic, okay, that's still a better choice. Anything that ends in OSE. There are over 60, I think there's over 200 names now for sugars because they've created chemical names for them that we don't understand. So we think, I don't know what that is. Yeah, if you don't know what it is, why are you putting it in your body? Jonna, I love the Primal Kitchen dressings. Yes, Jonna, aren't they awesome? So there is your assignment, guys. Your pantry, your refrigerator, and don't forget, this is the other one that no one ever thinks about, your spice rack. Lemon pepper. I found lemon pepper in my spice rack that had added sugars. And if you are so inclined and you bring everything out of your pantry and your refrigerator and your spice rack, and you want to do a screenshot and send it to me, I'll send you a little gift, okay? A little sample, all right? I'd love to see it. And the thing about that, guys, is if you share it, somebody's going to learn from you. And that's what this whole thing is that I'm trying to do, is just teach people how to become healthier and happier. And if you can share what you learned with somebody else, and then they can share what they've learned with somebody else, do you see what's going to happen? We're all going to learn. We're all going to become healthier and happier. So if you don't know where to start by reading labels and eliminating anything out of in your pantry that has added sugar in the ingredients. Have a great day, have a great Monday afternoon, guys. If you feel that this was a valuable video, I would really appreciate if you would share it. And also, if you did not subscribe to my newsletter, I just posted earlier about that on my feed, okay? That you can get into my newsletter, and you're going to be learning more things like this through my newsletter as well, okay? Have a great night, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.